Well. Raf, what are you doing? What are you even freaking... I'm gonna cut my hair. On my own. That's not that impressive a thing to do, but it's long overdue. Speaking of do, things that rhyme with do. I'm so tired today. So let's go and do things that I said I would last week and never got around to.
Every day I wake up and I hope you atrophy.
Right. Holy side part. This is probably bad, yeah. How are we gonna get to the back? I have no idea. Go like that. Right? Look at that. Look at that. I think it could probably be a little bit tidier, obviously, but pretty good for a free haircut.
Well, let's keep the haircut. Raf, are you kidding me? You flicking did that by yourself? You're pretty talented at doing the haircuts, by the way. It's Thanksgiving in Canada, so I'm in a rush to get this lift done. So probably not going to be super high volume. Also, hey guys, not much of an introduction this time. I'm pretty content with, how the hair's looking. I think it's super uneven, like all over, but like that's just how it is. And then it also, I don't even want to look at the back. I'm so scared to, bro. Like I am looking forward to a lift, but like I'm just not going to be able to get the most out of it. So I'm like looking forward to it less, right? It's more so like just something I have to do at this point, which kind of sucks because it feels like a chore when I can't like give everything I want to into a lift instead of like an actual like passionate endeavor, But like God is good, and I'm still like grateful. I was honestly able. I don't even know why, dude. I was so tired this morning. I was just like, okay, I said I would tidy up and cut my hair today, and I've been saying that for so long. So I finally balled up and did it. I'm gonna have less time at the gym for it, but I don't even know. Hopefully I can get this video out by Wednesday or Thursday, and then start recording again, because I feel like I can really start dialing in on long form content, and therein it learn how to make my short form content better and my long form content better. Because I feel like what people miss when they're like, oh, like, dude, like YouTube's just taking up so much time and it's taking away from my other like media sources. Like my TikToks have just gotten so bad since I started posting. It's like, bro, just like actually try and learn. People just get stuck in like stuck in the organic, like monotonous nature of tasks that they forget that there's so much you can learn from them. And that's why I think a lot of people like don't make it on the whole social media thing, is because like they get to a point where they like, because it's not as like fun as it was originally, like the same reason I stopped doing math in grade 8 when I was introduced to algebra, is the reason why people stop with content. Because like at first it's like, oh wow, this is really fun and it's like easy to get views, low effort videos, but then like if people ever move on from their content and their low effort videos don't start doing as well, then it's like, wow, I just never was meant to make it. It's like, no, that's a beckoning from the universe. If you don't believe in God, but I believe, it's a beckoning from God to try harder and to do better and to influence more genuine personal nature into your videos, and more effort and more beauty, maybe even like beautiful things into your videos, like incredible philosophy, like incredible philosophical takes. You get the point. You get the point. I don't know. I do not have the brain cells for this today. It's crazy because the night before last, I was like, dude, I'm going to dial in and get good sleep tonight. And I thought I had a great sleep. And then I just felt like bupkis all day. And then today, I know for a fact I had an awful sleep. It was way too short and not very restful. But, you know, already today I feel like more productive and useful as a human being. It's crazy because, dude, I will yammer and yammer on these videos. And a lot of the footage I won't even post. Because, like, I feel like a lot of the things I say are not very valuable. And I kind of just talk and talk and talk. And I hope to get to a point where I don't have to, like, limit the exposure as much. And it's not like I'm directly limiting it. It's just like I'll go through on a tangent and then be like, wow, that actually won't really give anybody any valuable anything, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. When I find myself getting caught in those tangents, I kind of just stop talking. I don't know, man. It's like weird. So, like, I'm trying to be way more productive during the week in terms of content. And then on Sundays, I still always take my day off. And it's not even necessarily because I don't want to post content. Like, because a lot of like, at this point, I am so invested in this as a pursuit in my life that it's almost like an addiction. Like, when I'm not, like, making, like, steps toward my next, like, linear point of progress in this journey of mine, I feel like I'm not doing enough. So, like, when I take Sundays off, it's like a conscious thing where it's like, I never want business, media, money, anything like that to be an obsession, right? And on top of that, like, I always want to orient my life around God. So it's like, if I always take this day and I spend time with God, and then I spend time with people that matter to me, not to make content necessarily. I mean, although Megan and I, my girlfriend, have made a skit before, but like just to spend time with the people who matter to you and spend time with God, right? And then it's like, okay, and then I get a reset on Monday where not only are my ambitions still about me, but because I took the day responsibly to moderate, like anything that would otherwise become obsessive, I feel much better today. Like, I feel like I'm ready to take on the entire week. Instead of feeling like this overwhelming expectation placed from nobody except myself onto myself, I have one day where I force myself to take a breath. And since I started doing that, it's been progressively, I feel like, better and better, not only for my content, but for, like, my mental health as well. And, like, if I organize the week well enough to a point where I still have some drafts that I can post on Sunday, great, you know, out of sight, out of mind. But if I don't, the world keeps fucking spinning, you know? And my headphones are broken. They're missing the padding part on this side. So that's going to be not extensively comfortable. I think I'll have to, like, superset all my warm-ups. Fuck you. Fuck.
Listen, you best keep walking. Again, won't see much talking. Oh, lots of violence, swinging cold. So in the side with drinks and Waterman's been squawking. Like, boy, don't test me. You don't mean it, boy, don't vex me. Man, Papa man said too much esky. Flex like Messi, then get kicked on.
Yep.
No hesitate, my G, just bell up the bubble. Cause slick to wake up, convict to you when you're
It's all bad for you in some way. If you're not taking steroids because it's bad for you in a way, you're never going to take anything. Yeah. Oh, even injectables are bad for you, awful for your liver. But like, I've been sober since last year, so like, I can technically take steroids and break even by the time I'm 50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Unc says it's cool, so I can. All right, I hope it's focused. I don't know even know if I don't even know if I recorded every set. Or how well the mic was working. I lost the little fuzzy guy. That goes on the end there, on now both of my mics, and broke the little fuzzy guy that goes on the end on. Oh, don't hit me, sir. On my headphones as well. Oh, my shit is breaking. Breaking the law. I don't know, but we were looking kind of freaky today. Carb up yesterday definitely paid off, brother. The thing is, I haven't even been on like low carb. I've just been like walking a lot more. I feel like I've gotten a bit leaner. And then I ate way too much yesterday. Not really. I didn't eat way too much. I just ate a lot and didn't move around that much. So, I would say I'm trying to get my steps up today, but fucking now I have a Thanksgiving meal to go eat with my family. I gotta go make a salad. Oh man, that's what it's all about, though, bro. That's what it is all about, Raf. Oh shit! I don't even know if it's focused now. Here, let's. Oh, hopefully that was pressing on me. Hopefully I didn't unfocus it. That'd be pretty embarrassing. I can't use the front camera as much anymore. I don't know if you saw at the start of the video. The screen protector is cracked like right where the camera is. So there's like little like gray areas where the cracks are. Raf, just get another screen protector. I know, bro. It's on the list. Fuck. Yeah, I really don't have that much. I really appreciate you guys. I don't know. Like, oh, yeah, one thing I've been doing is like not worrying about the production quality of my videos as much. Obviously, like the videos I'm trying to make really good, like I'm going to make really good. But like the videos are kind of just me just like yapping about a random thing. I want to make as like raw as possible. Obviously right now, I don't know. Not like the voiceovers on my lifts as much, because I actually really like making those. I feel like not a lot of people do that actually. There's like literally like when I started doing it during the summer, during my cut, I like felt like completely, I don't know, I didn't feel like unique, but like you don't see a lot of guys, you know, posting just their thoughts or like, you know, maybe some kind of insight on a topic, voicing over on a lift. At least I don't. Maybe my For You page is chopped. But yeah, no, whenever anybody does like a voiceover for like a full body day or upper lower day, they just like yap about their lifts, which is fine. But like lifting's really important to me. But if anything, I'd want to like bring people into the lifting niche through like comedy, or just like a genuine topic, you know? So if like somebody sees my video and is talking about something that like everybody deals with, not just in the lifting community, maybe it'll be just enough for them to go like, oh, you know, I'm going to start checking out this lifting and stuff, or, oh, I'm going to get into science-based lifting. And then like their lifestyle just starts improving. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like really your life is the fruits of a bunch of little Easter eggs that you are lucky enough to actually consider. Because like a lot of the time you'll see like these motivational videos and all this stuff, and it's like right to the point, exactly what you need to hear. But you know, it's like you're not really there. You know, what they're saying, single thing they're saying is right, but like you're not there to receive it. And when I think back to like throughout like my worst years of my life, I probably saw a lot of like motivational content, you know, people just saying like, get up and start working. I promise it's worth it, all this stuff. And it's like, I mean, I just don't believe them, you know, and I think I'm super lucky to get to the point where I just kind of started stumbling towards something, you know. The only thing I actually ever had was consciously, when I was like struggling more, only thing I was ever like consciously, I'm going to start doing this, was lifting. It wasn't even like bodybuilding necessarily. It was just like, I want a crazy transformation in a year. And I obviously didn't get one, but that goal set me up for a lifetime passion, which is why I don't think it's important if you're doing something you like or not necessarily. I think it's important to create a goal and then actually stick to it. Because there's a cup up here. What'll happen is a lot of people will like say stuff or like talk about doing things, but then when it comes to like actually doing it, it just stays in like the back of their mind, where it's like, you know, maybe not. Poor guy, bruh. The reason I think honesty is so important, not just in lifting, but in general, is because like when you're making a lot of mistakes, if you're honest about the mistakes you're making, there will always and forever be that reminder that you're doing poorly, right? So what happens when normally people are like saturated in a dysfunctional lifestyle is because of like the excuses and like state of victimhood they put themselves in, to a point where they can't like acknowledge that they have control, right? But I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, actually. He was like, yeah, I'm starting to like understand my REM sleep better. And my girlfriend was like, what do you mean understand? And he was like, well, like I understand that like eating too close to bed in excess, smoking right before bed, you know, screen time right before bed, all these things play a part in why I've been sleeping so poorly. And sometimes I do them anyways, but at least I know that they're wrong. And I was like, fucking yes, dude. That's what it's all about. Like honest, analytical intervention, to a point where when you are ready, you will take the step and start to try. But if you like delude yourself into insisting that there's nothing wrong with your life, you're never going to try. You need to like constantly be having an intervention with yourself where it's like, this part of my life cannot stay the same if I want this thing out of it, right? So it's like, if you want to be a great father, but you have like a super bad drinking problem, you know, and you can see how that would like leak into a marriage and relationship with your family and absolutely ruin it, then the first thing you do before you get married, before you start building a family, is like, all right, I'm going to solve this problem, right? And so there's a reason, right? The honesty of acknowledging a dysfunction, and then ultimately the goal. And the goal doesn't have to be this static thing. It can also be like always better. And that's like why a lot of people fall in love with Christianity in the right context, because some people will be like, oh, like, you know, Christ already gave all the grace he needs to give me and I'm saved. Like all I have to do now is believe in him. Well, it's like, it's the same thing with like actions versus words when it comes to confidence. You know, if you build a confidence in yourself through affirming what you want to believe through constant action, right? So it's like, like I want to be a confident person. Well, what you got to do is you got to pick things that you need to do, you know, to improve you as a person, and then just start ticking them off a list. And then as you complete doing these things, and it can start with the smallest fucking thing ever, but as you complete these things one at a time, you will actually have proof as to why you are a better person, right? So like, and you compound that over time, you actually start being content with yourself, because the state of being that you are is entirely under your control, right? And I think it's the same thing with a relationship with God. Like, yes, he gives his love to you freely, but it is in your hands to actually accept it and work toward it. You do have to work hard to grow in grace, right? And obviously there's a technicality of he gives you grace, but it's through opportunities of his challenges where you respond correctly that you actually gain graces, right? So it's not just like, oh, like God gave me grace and all of a sudden it's like, you know, yes, because of his nature that he blessed me with, I was able to make the right choice and grow closer to him. So obviously, like, give thanks to God forever, but he also made you with the innate capability to do that. So it's not outside of your control. Like, God's steering, but you have to put on the gas. You know, you have to know when to accelerate, when to speed up, when to actually strive to get closer to him. And I think it's like really bad way of thinking to be like, I'm already saved, and then sitting in this kind of like structure of relationship with God where you're not really like ever striving toward anything else. Because understanding that like God's like outside of our plane of existence is also understanding that we will never make perfect relation with him during this life, right? But there's an Easter egg then always beckoning us closer to him until we get to the end of our life, right? So like if you're not constantly striving to do better, it's almost like the relationship between like atrophy and muscle growth. Like there is no constant. You know, you're never just like staying the same amount of muscle. You're either doing things to stimulate growth, or you're not doing anything and you're slowly deteriorating in muscle. It's the same thing with like relationship with God. You're either doing things to like continue to stimulate a closer connection to Him, or, you know, you're kind of like getting into the lukewarm side and starting to fall further away from Him. And I don't even know how I ended up getting on this tangent, but I love talking about this shit. Like every extra thing you have in this life is contributing to a worldly connection that is going to test your faith of God. Not your faith necessarily, but your like devotion to Him. So it's like really, 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 really important, especially once you start doing a lot better financially, or when you start like, you know, getting a lot closer to your girlfriend, or when you start getting a little bit more maybe like recognition in a niche, maybe a little bit like micro celebrity fame. First thing you always do, even when thinking to yourself, you give that right up to God, because I fail, and I've been failing, and I want you guys to notice, and please like check on me and hold me accountable. If you see a video of mine where I'm like low-key bragging and being a fucking asshole, and like very noticeably like not really living, and it's not like ironic or satirical. It's one thing if I'm making a joke. If I'm making a very noticeable joke and you go like, Raf, you're literally separating yourself from God. That's like a little bit like it. That one's a little bit more, you know, relaxed. But if I'm like serious and going like, yeah, like, you know, I have more money than you, I have a nicer car than you, so like stop like fucking, you know, rage baiting in my comments. That's when you like pipe up in my comments or DM me and be like, hey dude, I don't know what's going on with you, but like this is not a representation of Christ. And that's what you want to be doing. That's the whole reason you're building a page and as a personal brand at this point. And this is not good, you know? Because like, as crazy as it is, like that's what I want. I want to be challenged constantly. And I don't have all the answers, but like for you guys to actually like be persistent with questions and challenging me is exactly what's going to hold me within my conviction. If you guys all start going quiet, and when I start doing shitty things, you're just like, yeah, Raf's living his freaking best life, man. I'm so glad that he got with those OnlyFans girls. You know, or that he's like, if that shit ever happens, first of all, I hope I fucking kill myself first. Holy shit. And that's a gross exaggeration. I'm being so serious though, dude. Like, if I ever get to a point where I'm like shitting on somebody who has less whilst I have more, y'all need to pipe up, right? And that's like the beauty of everything I'm trying to do. I am trying to create a completely transparent community that can understand satire, that can understand humor, but is also so understanding about what's right, that like not just me, you guys can keep each other in check. That's like my goal. You know, that's my goal with my relationships and friendships and family. Like, I want to be able to see a fucked up thing you're doing and lovingly tell you that that's not right, and that there's things about your lifestyle that you need to change, or else you're going to continue to hurt yourself or others around you. That's what it's all about. Fuck social media, fuck getting money, any of that. It's all about this mutual accountability that fucking makes the world go round, man. And there can be disagreements is the beautiful thing too. Just because you're saying like, hey Raf, this thing you're doing, it's fucked up. You know? I might not always agree with you, but the presence of constructive criticism is ultimately what is going to drive each and every one of us to the best lives that we could ever build under God. And I hope you guys take all of that to heart. Hope you have a blessed Thanksgiving. You're welcome for posting. Have a great day.